What's up, everybody? Monday show. We kind of have this little podcast version going on. I'm not going to show you anything on screen, only talking. So remember, you can listen while you drive, source, or list items. And we always talk about random topics. We talked about Tua and the football thing. We talked about Jordan 1s. We've talked about Q4. And today I want to talk about an article that I saw online about Miami Heat head coach Erik Spoelstra. Now, I didn't know much about his story, but this one had pretty cool little things to talk about and 4 strategies that got him where he is today. So this article, which I'll have it posted, is 4 skills that Miami Heat head coach Erik Spoelstra used to go from the dungeon to the corner office. And they explain that in this article. So I'm going to start off with he's a championship head coach. And yes, they did just lose to my Lakers, but he's done a great job as head coach for many years. This Miami Heat team is young. They're hungry. You know, they're going to be battling out in the Eastern Conference for many, many years to come. And this article, these 4 strategies, we're going to start off with number 1, which is my favorite, which is the video title, Respect the Opportunity. So a little bit about his story. He played basketball his whole life, high school, NCAA, a little bit overseas, but wasn't really like a superstar player. And once he returned to the States, his dad actually worked for the NBA marketing executive, and got his son as a job with the Miami Heat as a video coordinator. So you're probably going to say, well, must be nice, already in with the NBA. But the thing is that I thought was interesting on here is that every day on the job, he thought and felt like this was a chance to prove his value to the organization that hired him. It wasn't like he was just in because daddy brought him in and he was just going to chill and hang out because he knows he has it made. He wanted to take full advantage of this opportunity. And for us as resellers, our opportunity is the internet, our smartphones, these platforms that we can resell on, GOAT, Stockx, eBay, building up Amazon, building up these businesses that we can make money on and have, you know, this freedom, not have this boss all on us telling us what to do or anything like that. And we're taking full advantage of that. And if you're not, then maybe you want to reevaluate and how you can improve. But I also want to go back to his dad bringing him in. I know with us going to college, we're in college for sometimes 5 years, and it teaches how to do this, teaches how to do that, all these skills. But once you get out, it's like you're competing with everybody else for a job. And I remember being a graphic designer. My brother did the same thing when he graduated in Austin, and he applied. I forgot what company it was. He was 1 out of like 800 applicants. It was insane. And not like this job was this super high paying job. He was just trying to get in. And so I think that if someone like Erik Spoelstra, his dad brought him in, I think you definitely have to take full advantage. You have this opportunity. For us, we have the platforms. So let's go all in. And nothing should be stopping us from here on out. Number 2 on this article for the 4 strategies is Mr. No Problem. And it didn't matter what was requested of him, Erik Spoelstra's response would always be no problem. And I think you have to have this solution-based mentality, attitude. You probably can't do it 24/7, but you can definitely alter your mind to where you have this positivity going for you most of the time. And it's definitely going to change your outcome on everything. I know Hustlebee is probably listening to this. He's big time in solution-based only. Doesn't want to hear about random problems, doesn't want to hear about things that are going on outside of the business, outside of your business that you can't control. Obviously, things happen and you have to figure out solutions, but you're not really going to cry about it every single time. For him, I know he had some problems with his car and he was out there sourcing and everything. And Him and his wife found solution quickly. Hey, what can we do for this? Get that fixed. We'll get a rental car. We'll do that. And problems come up, but you're not going to sit around and cry about it. And for Erik Spoelstra saying, Mr. No Problem, being a video coordinator, they're asking him, hey, can you go get that? Hey, can you go get this dry cleaning for the coach? Can you go get this car washed for this person? Like all these extra little duties on top of his job. And he did it. No problem. Get it done. Keep going. And that was pretty cool. I like that. I like the having the no problem attitude, not having these small little issues bring you down, especially things that are out of your control. Number 3 out of the 4 strategies is end the Prime Now mentality. Now they mean Amazon Prime Now mentality, which everything is now. We live in a fast-paced world, and you want everything an hour or less. And everything can be done. You can get a lot of things quick, food or Spotify. You get music right now. You don't have to buy CDs, nothing like that. Whatever you want, you can get it now, except for success. You can't buy it. You can't speed it up. To get all of a sudden you're successful in the next day or two. It's not going to happen. And it says here in the article, Malcolm Gladwell estimates that 10,000 hours is the magic number required to become an expert at something. Now, if you ask Kobe that, Kobe would tell you 100,000 hours, 10,000 days. Kobe was just continually working nonstop. I don't think he even believed he was an expert, because he believed he could just keep going and building and growing and getting better and better. So it's kind of funny, though, that they say here in the article that if you were to work 40 hours a week, that would equate to about 2,000 hours per year for about 5 years to reach 10,000 hours, not taking into account any vacation time. So just to point that, I guess, to 40-hour work week. But going back to Spoelstra and his story, 2 years as a video coordinator, watching 1,000 plus hours of basketball in what Miami Heat called the dungeon, pretty much throwing him down there, locked up, watching nothing but video content 24/7. So thousands of hours watching basketball. 2 years later, he's a video coordinator and one of the assistant coaches. And then 2 years later, moved up to an advanced scout, then became an assistant coach for 7 years. So it took a total of 13 years of honing his craft and being Mr. No Problem before he landed his dream job. And this takes me to, how we said everything's fast paced right now. I want everything now is going to like YouTubers and TikTokers and actors and influencers, and comparing yourself to other people that you see on IG, you see on YouTube, people that are doing well. That can be you. And even then, we don't even know the full story of how well somebody is really doing just from looking at photos. Is their business really making money? Are they the millionaire they say they are? We don't know any of that, but there's no need to compare yourself to the people or to the things that you see, because you can be the best person, the best version of yourself. That's the only thing we can do. And so that was number 3, which was the end the Prime Now mentality. Success isn't just going to happen overnight. We got to put in the work. And you also see too, like there's different actors that I think my example would be like John Hamm, or you've seen him on Mad Men, and he's done many movies now, or Bob Odenkirk, Better Call Saul. I mean, they're older guys. They're not like they hit, success and made millions of dollars when they were 18, 19, 20, 21 years old. Older guys, and found success way later on. And even further, we've seen people that haven't found success into their 50s, 60s, 70s. So just because somebody makes money, great money, or found success young, doesn't mean you should compare yourself to them. And the last one from this article is it's never the right time. This one was awesome. So Pat Riley, which has been the head coach and everything, and having Erik Spoelstra as one of the assistants, was like one day to the next was like, hey, I'm done. Like, you're ready for this opportunity. You're ready to take over as head coach. Get all your stuff together. Monday, we're announcing it, press conference. You're the coach. Here you go, throwing you in. And in our lives, going from, let's say, part-time to full-time reselling, we're always looking for the right time to make that jump. And no time is ever going to be perfect. And you can put yourself in the best position, but doesn't mean everything's going to go smoothly. For me, having the full-time job, my main issue was paying off the student loans, and I felt a little bit more comfortable to make that leap into reselling. But even then, I was still working with my parents. I still had some of that income coming in, and still had the reselling part. So I was still kind of growing both. Eventually, then I was going to let go of that part, working with my parents, then go full-time in. But there was never going to be just a right time to do everything. Like, you just have to jump in and do it. Kind of like getting married, kind of like having kids, those type of things. You can prepare all you want until you finally do it. You're not really going to know what that's like. And I can even talk about being a Dolphins fan, of course, Tua, and playing against the Rams this weekend, which Dolphins won, which is great. But all week you had different people on ESPN, everybody talking about how, like, man, why would they throw Tua in against the Rams? Aaron Donald is going to rip his head off. This guy's he could injure him. All these things could happen. And why would the Dolphins put him in this position against one of the best, defenses out there? And there is no right time. You have to go out there and do it. We're not going to know how well Tua is going to do if he's just riding the bench and taking notes. Yeah, he's learning, but he needs that on-field experience, that on-field, 100% speed, NFL speed, totally different. So he's not going to know by throwing him in, playing. What if he played the full game against the Jets? We want to take it easy on him, just like, hey, here's an easy team to go against. Here we go, trying to warm up a little bit. They want to see how he was going to respond against the best, not the worst team in the NFL. So I like that example as well. Throwing them in, it's never the right time. You have to just build off of that and see how well you can do going forward. So those were the 4. I want to get your comments on this video. Number 1, respect the opportunity. Number 2, Mr. No Problem. Number 3 is end the prime now mentality. And number 4, it's never the right time. So what are your personal experiences, maybe with any one of these examples, and what you believe in, what you're doing, how you can improve? And maybe you really like one of these strategies. You can read this article. I'll have that in there as well. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Hopefully you liked this video and enjoyed it. You can hit that thumbs up if you did. And we'll be ready to go for our Wednesday live show. And hopefully you're doing well out there, of course, with your health and Q4. And to see if there's anything else I want to talk about. I think we're good. And we'll see you guys then.